But then he saw Rachel, he saw that she was, but he did not look at the heart. He did not look at what was inside Leah.
That's right.
Now keep that in mind. Verse 18. And Jacob loved Rachel and said, I will serve thee 7 years for Rachel, thy younger daughter. And so for 7 years he worked for Rachel. But the only thing on his mind was how fine she was. 7 whole years. And Laban said, it is better that I give her to thee, that it is better that I give her to thee than that I should oh, have mercy. And Laban said, it is better that I give her to thee than that I should give her to another man. Abide with me. So Laban agreed. And Jacob served 7 years for Rachel, and they seemed unto him but a few days for the love that he had. So he worked for her for seven whole years, but to him it was no longer than 7 days. Why? Because the only thing was on his mind was that prize. Right. That's the only thing that he could think about. And see, think about it now. These men, they'll go out and work. They'll do all this stuff until they get you. I'm telling you, men know what to do to get what they want, just like women know what to do to get what they want. And so you got to be careful of all these things. Now, he worked 7 years just for Rachel. Verse 22. I'm sorry, verse 21. Now, as I said, he loved Rachel, true enough, but he loved her for the wrong reason. Verse 21. And Jacob said unto Laban, give me my wife, for my days are fulfilled, that I may go unto her. I mean, the only thing came out of his mouth, my 7 years up, give me my wife so I can go into her. Now, if you read out through the Old Testament, it say that I may go in unto her, meaning that I may go in and make love to her. Mm-hmm. So the whole time, I'm trying to think of the best way to say it. I can say it. Yes, sir. Jacob just wanted to hit it, and that was it. That's the only thing that was on his mind.
Amen.
Lock, stock, and barrel. He just wanted to hit it.
Amen.
And like I tell my daughter all the time, these little young jokers around here, that's all they want to do. Why? Because when I was that age, that's all I wanted to do.
All right. Tell it.
And they ain't no different.
Tell it.
And so they'll do what they need to do to get what they want. They'll come to church with you.
All right.
If they think they can get it.
Mm-hmm.
And so after 7 years, the only thing that came out of his mind was, give me my woman, I'm going to give my time so I can go in and get it. Then what make it so bad, he wanted it so bad that he didn't even realize what he had got. Okay, go to verse 23. Verse 22. And Laban gathered together all the men of the place and made a feast. And it came to pass in the evening that he took Leah, his daughter, and brought her to him and went in unto her. And Laban gave unto his daughter Leah Zilpah, his maid, for an handmaid. Verse 25. And it came to pass that in the morning, behold, it was Leah. And he wanted it so bad that his mind was focused on one thing, to the fact that he didn't even realize by the next morning that he had slept with the wrong woman. Because when he woke up that next morning, it wasn't Rachel in bed with it, it was Leah, the cock owl. Mm-hmm. And so when your mind is manipulated and clouded by alcohol, drugs, and all that thing that we get right before we go to the club, and then you've been brought some back to the hotel with you, and you wake up in the morning and look over and it's Godzilla.
Mistaken idea.
Exactly, mistaken idea. Why? Because you weren't looking at nothing but what you wanted at that time. And all that alcohol, all that drugs have your mind clouded. Praise the Lord. And so he woke up the next morning and found it was Leah. I mean, can you imagine? Can you imagine? You just got married. Now, you know you crazy about Rachel. And y'all had y'all honeymoon all night, you went to sleep. And then you wake up the next morning and you roll over and pull the sheet back, and Lord have mercy.
7 years.
7 years.
It's all back drink.
Look at verse 25. And it came to pass, that in the morning, behold, it was Leah. Boy, he was fired up. And he said unto Laban, what is this that thou hast done unto me? Did I not serve thee for Rachel? Where then hast thou beguiled me? Why have you tricked me? My question is, ain't that the pot calling the kettle black? Everything he got by tricking people.
Mm-hmm.
Even when he was born, Esau was coming. He grabbed him by the leg, trying to pull him back. And then he tricked Esau and got his birthright. Then when it got time for Isaac to bless him, you know, he went in acting like he was Esau. Put fur on it so he was smelling like the field and all that, and then stole his blessing.
He reaped it and he sowed it.
Exactly. So everything that he did came back around to him in one night. And he gonna have the nerve. And he gonna have the nerve to get mad and say, why have you beguiled me?
Amen.
He shouldn't even been able to open his mouth.
Amen.
He should have just said, Lord, I understand. But all at the same time, I believe with everything in me that was God's plan. Let me tell you why. Verse 26. And Laban said, it must not be so done in our country to give the younger before the firstborn. Okay, now if you go back to 28:1, you got Isaac telling, I don't forget who I'm talking about now. You got Isaac telling Jacob, go back to our homeland, go to Laban's house, and there find you a wife. Okay, according to the custom, the elder daughter have to get married before the younger daughter. So according to the law, that's the way it was supposed to go. Why? Because what is God trying to get? The blessings of Abraham. What's that? That your seed shall be blessed, and that you will have a multitude. That it'll be so many of y'all that you can't even number. Okay, how can you do that with Rachel when her womb is barren? Amen?
All right.
Because Leah was spinning them out right and left. But Rachel was barren. Actually, I got ahead of myself. Verse 26. And Laban said, it must not be so done in our country to give the younger before the firstborn. Fulfill her week, and we will give thee this also for the service, which thou shalt serve me yet 7 other years. And what did I tell y'all earlier? When you acting all needy, and they know what you want, they will take that very thing and use that to manipulate you to get what they want out of you. Because actually what Laban was doing pimping Rachel.
Mm-hmm.
He was pimping Rachel without her ever lifting up her skirt. Because he knew that's all Jacob wanted.
Uh-huh.
So he used that to have Jacob serve him for 14 years.
Right.
14 years he served her. And she wasn't studying. I'm going to show it to you in a minute. 14 years. Now, also keep this in mind. Your blessing might not be pretty all the time.
All right. All right.
Because everybody, you hear a lot of people say, I'm waiting on my Boaz. But nobody, it never describes what Boaz looked like.
Amen.
That's right.
Amen.
All right.
Amen.
I mean, I'm serious. I mean, your Boaz might be on the heavy side, but he might have his own business, his own house already paid for, 2 or 3 cars, you got groceries when you get ready to cook, everything you need is provided for you. But you looking for triceps and biceps and pretty and all that, then you can't get in the bathroom because he all in the mirror. And he ain't finna work because he don't want to get his nails messed up.
Tell it.
Amen?
Tell it, Drake.
So you cannot go by that outer appearance. Okay. Verse 29. And Laban gave to Rachel his daughter, Bilhah, his handmaid, to be her maid. Okay, verse 28, I'm sorry. And Jacob did so,